towards the net. Down is Bates, and oh, what a sprawling stop rebound, they score! And for the 6th time this season, French River opens the scoring as it comes on the man advantage.
French River was trying to capitalize on that start. They came into this game against the Cubs with just 2 wins, despite all those early leads. Thomas Mercier with the call.
Lazarus up the wing, great pass for Walker, in on a breakaway, here's Walker, he scores! Welcome back, Mason Walker! By a standing Mateo Bates. Now down behind the net, backhand pass comes in front, Bates is out of position, and he still makes a miraculous stop! How in the world did Bates get an arm on that? Navarro had the right intention, but Villeneuve got a burst of speed out of nowhere and almost made the Cubs pay. Now here's Walker with some amazing footwork, and he scores! Oh my! Roll the highlight wheel. Mason Walker walks his way into the ozone and scores one of the goals of the year. Man, oh man! He makes it look so effortless. Mason Walker 2, French River 1. Antonioni to the left side. Caden DeBroy with a man towards the front of the net. Matteo Signoretti touches it and he scores! Matteo Signoretti has goals in back-to-back home games with the 2024 NOJHL Commentator of the Year. Here are the Cubs on a pickoff play, bringing it back up ice with 3:20 to go. Nolan Newton into the zone, in the slots, fires and scores! Fires it back behind the Sudbury cage. Rapids trying to find it. Joey Stiles off the bounce, sharp angle shot, they score! Jeremy Clark on a bounce, and he's got his first in the NOJHL, and the Rapids, don't look now, are down by 2 with 2:59 to go in the period. As Sudbury brings it up ice, Newton with Walker going to the net. Is he going to try and set him up? He looks to him, and there it is! Mason Walker! Throw him if you got him! His first game back in the lineup, and the hats will come off.
Yeah, not a bad debut to his NOJHL season. Mason Walker with the hat trick as the Cubs end up taking this one 5-2. And how happy are they to have him back in the lineup? Mason was playing with the Sudbury Wolves of the OHL, where he had 2 assists in 5 games. In his rookie season last year, Walker was unreal. He notched 45 points, including that ridiculous goal. He also played for Team Canada East at the World Junior A Challenge. Welcome back, Mason. CJHL rankings to tell you about. College Longueuil leading the way. Rockland in second. The Steinbach Pistons in third. Milton from the OJHL in fourth. Nipawin fifth. Powassan slots in now in the top 10 at number 8. The Hearst Lumberjacks getting an honorable mention. Okay, today's game previews brought to you by Rogers. Rogers, great deals shop today, and all 4 games feature teams that haven't faced each other yet this season. Let's start off with Timmins facing Espanola. The Rock coming off a big win at home over the Iroquois Falls Storm last weekend, while Espanola fell to the Powassan Voodoos in overtime. The Rock are 6-4-0 this season. The Kings 8-4-0-1. Powassan facing Hearst. Is this the game of the night? It just might be the first overall Jacks versus second overall Powassan Voodoos. Hearst beat up Kirkland Lake last time out 8-2, while Powassan came back to win against Espanola in OT. The Jacks 10-3 on the season. The Voodoos are 8-1-0-1. Sudbury facing the Sioux Eagles. The Cubs have won 2 straight now after that win against French River last night. Well, the Eagles, they're hot right now. They've won 3 of 4 after a slow start, beating the Rapids 5-1 their last time out. The Eagles 3-9-0-1 in the season. The Cubs are 7-5. And the Sioux Thunderbirds taking on Iroquois Falls, and the T-Birds are flying high right now. After coming back from 4-1 down against French River with just a few minutes left to win the contest, the Storm fell 5-2 to Timmins their last time out. Iroquois Falls 6-5-0 in the season. The T-Birds 7-3-0-1. Some streaks to tell you about. In terms of points, Cameron Menard continues to lead the way. He's having an outstanding season, and he's on a 12-game point streak at the moment. 23 points over that time. Dax Klinkhammer from the Sudbury Cubs having another absolutely fantastic season. He's on a 9-gamer at the moment, 16 points over that time, 5 goals and 11 assists. And in terms of goals, Jax Pereira has been scoring some big ones lately, and he's currently on a 3-game goal streak. He's got 4 tallies over that stretch. Primetime player from last night, no question about it, had to be Mason Walker of the Sudbury Cubs. His first game back in a Cubs uniform this season. He pots a hattie in the win over French River. And your play of the day brought to you by BrokerLink, auto, home, and business insurance. BrokerLink, life is confusing. Your insurance shouldn't be. And yeah, we've got to go back to Mason Walker again. A goal of the year candidate.
Navarro had the right intention, but Villeneuve got a burst of speed out of nowhere and almost made the Cubs pay. Now here's Walker with some amazing footwork, and he scores! Oh my! Roll the highlight wheel. Mason Walker walks his way into the ozone and scores one of the goals of the year. Man, oh man! He makes it look so effortless.
And that's all the time we've got for today. But just remember that all throughout the NOJHL season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on with the league, be sure to check out its official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
And we welcome you inside the Powassan Sportsplex for the first time in an eternity. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Harrison Clements. And Harrison, while we were in the building where the Voodoos were playing, we didn't get to call any Voodoos games while we were at the NOJHL Showcase, so we're both very excited for this one because, as Alex Bachavansky said, it could be the game of the night here between the number 1 Hearst Lumberjacks and the number 1 by points percentage Powassan Voodoos.
And believe it or not, folks, this is the first time the Voodoos are facing off against the Hearst Lumberjacks this season after being swept in the opening round of last year's NOJHL playoffs. Last season, the Lumberjacks had their way with the Voodoos during the regular season too, winning all 4 contests in 24-25. That was payback for the previous 2 playoff seasons when the Voodoos ousted the Lumberjacks in the opening round of the playoffs in 22-23 and 23-24.
Well, one thing I said when they did a little bit of a podcast before the first round started last year, and Dennis Puska can attest that I said this on the podcast as well. At the time, I said there's a few things in life that's guaranteed: death, taxes, and Powassan and Hearst in the first round. And what a series it's been every single year that these 2 teams have hooked up. With Hearst getting the first few series as a win, and then Powassan getting a couple in a row, and then last year Hearst just 4-0 in the playoffs, although the final game was an overtime thriller that ended up being decided rather early. The Lumberjacks, as mentioned, they're tops in the league at 10-3-0 for 20 points, while the Voodoos sit in second in the league with 3 games in hand at 8-1-1. And Harrison, while we were at the showcase, it might have been just a blip on the radar, but Hearst did not have a good showing in Sudbury.
Hearst had a bit of a difficult time getting going at the Jerry McCrory Countryside Arena as they were felled in both games, including getting shut out. I believe it was 8-0. But they did bounce back, and they have won their most recent contest, especially on Sunday against the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners, where they stomped them 8-3 in regulation. So 10-3-0-0 is their record, and the Voodoos, of course, sitting at 8-1-0-1. The Voodoos are led in points by Caden Cowell, who had 2 goals and 6 assists last week, along with line mate and battalion prospect Jax Pereira, who is the NOJHL first star, netting 4 goals and 2 assists in 3 Voodoos wins last weekend. Pereira had a heck of an overtime winning goal against the Espanola Paper Kings as well, and he has just been in so many clutch situations.
Yeah, Jax Pereira, he's played 6 games. He's almost a goal-a-game guy with 5 of them on the year, and it's kind of the definition of affiliate team right there when you see a guy like Jax Pereira, who has led the Voodoos offensively since coming down here, and in net, Cole Vroegdenhill, who has not looked out of place. Remember, Cole Vroegdenhill is still 15 for about another few weeks, and coming into this game, which he'll be starting, he's 3-1 with a 2.57 goals against average and a .930 save percentage. Those numbers will play.
Yeah, and that puts him at fourth place in overall save percentage for goalies in the NOJHL, and that's the same positioning for goals against average as well. His backup tonight, Derek Champagne, sits at the second slot with a .937 and a .202.
Yeah, it's kind of and he's has yet to lose a game, Derek Champagne, that is. He's 4-0 on the season. It's kind of a 1A, 1B situation so far in the league. As you mentioned, Cowell leads the Voodoos in points at 22 points in just the 10 games. Caleb Dawson, who's been hot, is at his goal total from last season, leads the team in goals with 9 through 10 games. Ryan Saginaw, the pride of Pittsburgh, who is second on the team with 14 points, is on a 10-game point streak to start the season. On the other side, Hearst is led by Matthew Como, who has 28 points in 13 games. And, of course, former hometown hero, still have a soft place in my heart for him. Chase Thompson is also off to a great start with the Jacks with 10 goals and 23 points in a dozen games to start the season. So, although maybe a little bit of a crimson flag, not necessarily a red flag that we should look out for, but when it comes to the Hearst Lumberjacks, they lead the league in goals scored with 60. However, the 49 goals against ranked third in goals allowed in the league.
Conversely, the Powassan Voodoos have 26 goals against, which leaves them at the bottom of goals against, and the best goal differential in the league with a 20 differential, that being 46 goals for.
Yes, the Voodoos have been a very stingy team so far this season, and we'll have to see if that continues on with this one as well. As the referees, or as the players refer to them, the stripes are out on the ice now, meaning that we're moments away from puck drop here at the Sportsplex. Of course, we'll have the anthem, and then we'll get the puck drop. But again, these two teams, even though there's a lot of distance between them geographically, it's always a good game whenever Hearst comes to town. It's always a good game when Powassan travels to Hearst. And dare I say, rivalry night in Powassan.
Certainly a rivalry, Courtney. And look, the history we just talked about says it in spades. Both these teams are showing why they are so dangerous. And hey, the standings have been kind of all over the place this year in the NOJHL to start. A lot of shuffling has happened, especially early on. But these two have been front runners right from the get-go. So to see a clash of two confirmed Titans this season is sure to be an exciting match.
Tomorrow night, the Voodoos will be in action against the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. You'll have Ben Sargent on the call along with Ben Long in that one. But, of course, our eyesight is firmly on this one as the Voodoos come out on the ice to join the Lumberjacks. Should be a good one here as we'll get to the anthems here soon. The Voodoos did have a good showing at the showcase where they beat the St. Andrews College Saints in a come-from-behind game, and then another game in which they were kind of in control of the whole time against Sudbury to end the showcase. That was a great game to get to see if you were a Voodoos fan, maybe not so much if you're a Sudbury fan. But on the other side of things, Hearst again having a bit of a rough week in Sudbury, but right now we'll go to the anthems and we'll get to puck drop right after this. All right, let's get ready for puck drop here between the Powassan Voodoos and the Hearst Lumberjacks. And if you're choosing to spend your night with us, well, we thank you very much, as we know there's a little bit of a big game going on in Major League Baseball right now, in which the Toronto Blue Jays, who have tied up their series, a best-of-7 series in the American League Championship Series against the Seattle Mariners, are looking to go up 3-2. Last I saw, it was 1-0 Mariners, and it seems like that's still the score now. And that one is, we'll give you scoreboard updates if you don't have multiple screens up. We'll give you scoreboard updates as we kind of go here in this one, because of course that's going to be a big game. I'm a huge Jays fan, and it's a pretty remarkable season that the Jays have had, considering many people thought they were going to finish 5th in the American League East.
We had the radio broadcast on our way back to the showcase as they eliminated the Yankees, and we're sure to have another exciting battle here on this Friday night as both teams square off.
As we get set for the opening draw here, Justin Russo against Matthew Como, and it's won back by the Lumberjacks. The Lumberjacks in the road whites are going left to right to start this one. The Voodoos in their home greens are going right to left as the puck is in the neutral zone now for Hearst. Hearst with some speed dumps it in. That'll negate an icing, as right in on that is Thompson. Puck goes to the far side. Lefebvre, he's taken off the puck. Now it's played up by Kratz, looking to get to Dawson. Puck dumped back in, and it's off the end wall. Now Kratz picks it up. Kratz goes behind the net. Plays it up for Russo. Russo bobbled it a little bit, but now he gets it in over the line, and Dawson is going to be offside. And now he's going to get a little bit of a talking to, but that was kind of one of those, again, bang-bang plays. No ill intent on that one, I should say. Real quick before I turn it back over to Harrison, Alexandre Boivin is in net for Hearst. Winning percentage-wise, he's 6-1. However, his other stats, he might look to be improving on. 391 goals against average and 896 save percentage to start this one. And we're back underway now on the far side. Barclay battling for it. He gets it ahead up for Boys. Boys taking off the puck. And now Hearst regroups in their own zone. Up to the near side for McKay. Now it's Taylor, but it was nearly picked off by Boys to the far side. Saginaw was chasing after it. And DeBox is going to dump it right back in. That might have got a piece of Boivin and bounces wide. Hearst once again with possession. In the Voodoo, or in their own zone. Barclay keeps it in. Barclay tries to knock it down the ice, and now it could be a 2-on-0. Here it comes out front, and it just rolled by Vrugdenhill's net. Good chance there by Hearst on the block dump in off Barclay. Now Taylor with the puck. Taylor dumps it in. That's going to go to the far side, hit the glass. Cullen with the puck now. Jackson Cullen on the far side. Twisting and turning. He's going to chip the puck out, and it's going to come all the way as it bounced out, and it's right back into Voodoo's territory. DeBox chasing after it. DeBox in his own zone. Has the puck. Down the ice it goes. It's going to be tipped in by Brownlee, and Cowell will chase after it. Cowell battling for the puck. Pereira in there as well. Now it comes over to Brownlee. Brownlee plays the puck back behind the net. It's picked up by the Lumberjacks. They can't get it out as Pereira keeps it in. Pereira out front looking for his man. That was Cowell, and he wasn't in a good shooting area, so the puck is taken away from him. Now Hearst breaking out. To the near side is Allard. Allard chasing after it, and it's picked up by Jasoni, but Hearst gets it again. Now it's picked up quickly by Powassan. It's Pereira for Brownlee to Cowell. Now Cowell over the blue line. Cowell, he tried to dipsy doodle around his man, but he lost the puck, and going the other way now is Hearst once again. Dumping it in. Allard chasing after it as Jasoni's on it. Jasoni battling for it. Allard comes for it, gets it out front. A good stick by Vrugdenhill. Knocked that one down, or else that would have been a grade A chance for Hearst. Vrugdenhill off his pad. It's into the corner for Jasoni. Jasoni down the ice. He found a streaker coming off the bench. That was Burnett. Now it's back in to Voodoo's territory. Machine chasing after it. It's now to the near side half wall. Bordeaux and Lemoyne gets in there, but the Voodoos still have possession, and they get the puck out. Voodoo's trying to weather an early storm. No shots on goal yet, though, by either team. Now Seymour has the puck. Still battling in the corner. Machine in there as well. Puck goes around. Bagley chasing after it, but Jasoni picks it up. Jasoni trying to get it to Landry. It's picked off. Abraham on the pickoff. Now it's back to the point. Bordeaux and Lemoyne. Cross ice. Hearst with a chance. There's a shot. There's a save made by Vrugdenhill. Another chance goes into the corner. Now it's out front. And Seymour, it was just under his stick. Now into the corner again. Out front, good chance, but it's knocked away by the Voodoos. And Seymour once again gets it back to the point for Abraham with a shot. Vrugdenhill blocks that one wide. Now Burnett up front. Head with some space. Head has one man to beat. Head walking in, and it's a good stick there by the Lumberjacks. That was Miller with the good stick. He dumps it into the far side. Kratz chasing after it now. Kratz gets it down the ice. It's picked off by Ouellette in the neutral zone. And now he plays it right back for Trudell. Trudell to Miller, now back for Trudell. Down the ice it goes. Kratz picks it up at his own blue line, plays it to the middle of the ice for Roussel. Over for Kratz. Kratz back behind the net to Roussel on the near side wall. Roussel gets it up. Dawson has it. Dawson finds a streaking Kratz. Kratz walking in. Kratz takes the shot. And Boivin's first shot against is a good chance by Marcus Kratz.
Voodoo's having a good couple of rushes there, but Hearst is able to shut down the one or two quick attempts and transition the other way. Their transition play has been really effective. They've been able to get out of their zone into the Voodoos and roll a few lines and get some solid chances in Powassan's zone.
Off the draw, Hearst getting the puck out. Going for a skate now as they walk it in. Dumps it towards the middle of the net. Vroogdenhilm had to make a save there as the puck was tipped on his net. Now it's played back out front. Como with a chance. Como backhand chance. Another couple of chances. And it's turned aside by the goaltender. Now he's able to find it and get a glove on it. What a calm save there by the 15-year-old.
An almost identical play to the one we saw in the first minute from the Lumberjacks, rushing up the board and trying to hit the solo man in front of the net. Hearst has been doing a really good job at getting in front of the net and making themselves known early.
McKay in for the draw against Barclay. And it's played back. DeBox gets to it. DeBox dumps it around, gets it to Saginaw. Saginaw to the near side is to Boys. Boys, the lone Canadian on this line right now. Had the puck up for Saginaw. Now Saginaw plays it to the middle of the ice. It's picked back into Hearst territory. And now the Lumberjacks play it up. Boys picking it off. Boys walks it in, but Saginaw was about a half a step over him. So it's an offside call, and we'll get a stoppage here. 15:04 in this first period.
The Voodoos have been doing their best to get active sticks going in the neutral zone, trying to force those turnovers, and we've seen a couple of chances go their way. They just need to sync up the timing a little bit better.
Off the draw, Barclay wins it back to Cullen. Cullen dumps the puck in. Boivin makes the glove save. Voodoos are without the services of Heath Bradley as well right now, and for potentially the foreseeable future. And you can kind of see it in their lineup makeup about how not having Bradley doesn't really elongate the lines as much as it did when he was there.
On that fourth checking line is Owen Head and Landry as well as Burnett.
Bradley, a veteran presence, wore an A for this team as well. Puck back into the Voodoos territory. Bagley gets to it. Bagley dumps it out. Now it's Pereira. Pereira with speed. Pereira back for Cowell. Takes the shot, and that one is over the net. The chemistry between Caden Cowell and Pereira has been on display for the last couple of weeks now. And that one almost resulted in a great chance for the Voodoos.
A great read at neutral ice in order to get that 3-on-2 going, taking the puck deep into the zone, leading Cowell trailing behind and getting a really clean, solid look. Voodoos generating some good chances here.
Pereira off the draw. Gets it out front now. Good chance for Brownlee, and Boivin had to make a big one on that. What a save made by Boivin on Mason Brownlee, who was in the right spot at the right time. What a save. Now Brownlee gets the puck in for Bagley. Bagley dumps it down the ice, and it's going to be picked up by Hearst. Cowell streaking through the neutral zone, nearly picked that one off, and McKay going the other way. McKay, sharp angle chance. Vroogdenhil has it out front. Big save made by the goaltender, as both goaltenders now trading big saves on back-to-back shifts.
And the Voodoos didn't quite pick up on the presence of Quenneville, finding some space for the rebound, but Vroogdenhil has been fantastic at tracking the puck, especially his lateral movement is very impressive. We've seen a lot of instances of that in the last game he played against Sudbury, as well as the game that they ended up losing here in Powassan against the Espanola Paper Kings.
Cole Vroogdenhil certainly seems like the real deal, and if the battalion can do anything, it's certainly develop goaltenders. And the Voodoos have been an important part of that process for a couple of them. Speaking of one, Joe Verbetic just came back to the Gardens playing OUA hockey there about a week ago. After his pro career, he gave it a shot and just hasn't materialized the way he thought it would yet. Doesn't mean it's over. He's going to get an education out of it, though, which can't fault the kid. Pretty smart. He starred for the Voodoos here in 2018-19. Now the puck, Voodoos get it in deep. Boivin has to play it as Landry was able to tip it in. But you go back to that time for the battalion. Go over Beddick, Divinchentis, now McIver. You might get Vrugdenhill. I mean, that's a pretty good pipeline right there.
Goaltending has absolutely been a strong suit.
Lefebvre comes out with the puck. DeBox gets it to the far side. Rousseau plays it back for DeBox. DeBox up the ice, tried to get it to Rousseau. Rousseau bobbled it at first, but now he has it again along the Voodoo's bench. Puck knocked down the ice by DeBox again, but not very far as Hearst tries to walk back in. Como with it, takes a shot. That one hit DeBox and goes wide. Now Dawson with the puck in his own zone. Dawson is looking for Lefebvre on the far side. He's tied up, and the Voodoos still can't quite get past their blue line. Now they do. Dawson, though, plays it back for Cullen. Cullen up the ice, got it off the stick of Lefebvre, so no icing there. And now the puck is into Hearst territory again. Waiting for his mates to get set up here. And they do. That's going to be Como with some speed. Como walks in. Como, nifty chance there, rebound chance. And now diving on it is Vrugdenhill as the puck came loose there. Every chance the Lumberjacks have gotten in this one so far, Harrison, there's been a man on the doorstep. They just can't get a clean look.
And the Voodoos have done a good job at getting the stick on the attacker, making sure that no easy goals are going to in. But conversely, Hearst is still getting that space, is still getting those chances. And again, just tearing through the defense is Matthew Como. You see why he's the top points leader with 28. With speed and offensive capability like that, it's hard to deny him a goal.
Kratz gets the puck down the ice. It hit off Miller, so no icing. Now Trudell plays around the far side. Lefebvre picks it up. Lefebvre walks in out front. Good chance there by Rousseau, and a big save made by Boivin.
And talk about net front presence. A guy like Justin Rousseau is able to make space in every which way, finding that directly on home plate and goes to tap that one in, but Boivin tracking that one well and stopping any rebound from happening.
Barclay with the puck in the corner, trying to play it out front. He's boxed out. Now it's picked up by Bourdon Lemoyne. Barclay with the puck again, tried to find it out front for Saginaw, but now the puck comes out and Hearst going the other way. Playing it out front. No, they couldn't quite get the pass through. Now it's picked up and off the shin pads of Saginaw. The Voodoos have numbers. It could be a 3-on-1 here. Saginaw walks in. Saginaw tries to dipsy doodle his way in, and Boivin makes a big save on that. Ryan Saginaw was looking to pass, but it was taken away pretty effectively by the defender. So Saginaw tried to show off the mitts, and Boivin was equal to the task. Now the puck back into Voodoo's territory. Roussel picks it up, gives it to Kratz behind the net. Kratz flips it down the ice, finds Saginaw. Saginaw looking to get it for Boyce. He does. Boyce takes a shot, saved by Boivin. Now Roussel trying to bank it off of Boivin, who makes a big save diving back to stop that one. And that was a smart play by the young defender.
The Voodoos starting to get those secondary chances, something that Hearst has really excelled at early in this game. While the Voodoos have gotten a lot of good chances off the rush, has been kind of one and done. Meanwhile, Hearst has had a lot of presence going for those rebounds, going for those secondary chances. Voodoos are starting to turn it around and do the same.
Puck up by the Lumberjacks, flipping it down the ice. Roussel now picks it up in his own zone, plays it to the near side for Kratz. Kratz off the wall, but it's picked up by Garvin. Garvin goes to the far side, now coming in. Hearst with a chance, they score! Hearst gets on the board first, as that beat Vrugdenhill over the blocker for a big goal there. That's Cole Shepherdson's 5th of the season.
And just rushing, finding that open space. The man wasn't quite covered, and a wicked fast shot on the 9th shot of the game puts the Hearst Lumberjacks up halfway through this first period.
Off the draw, Hearst picks it back up again. Miller sends it in. Vrugdenhill plays the puck. Vrugdenhill fans on it. Now it comes out front. Vrugdenhill nearly played it out front of his net inadvertently, but now it's back to the blue line. Garvin with a shot. That's off a body and wide. Brownlee picks it up. Brownlee battling for it on the far side. It's picked up by Allard. Allard out front. Another chance. Another save made by Vrugdenhill. Now it's picked up by DeBox. DeBox trying to get it out and out, but it's picked off again by Como. Now it's in the slot. Good chance here. Good save made off Allard by Vrugdenhill as the Voodoos are struggling to get out of their zone. Now they do. and Abraham will pick it up at his blue line. Abraham back for Miller, back for Abraham. On the near side, Abraham twisting and turning. He has Cowell on him. Now it's played around to the far side. Russo lets it go back to the blue line and is bumped out front of the net. Cowell took a swipe at it, but Abraham played it into the corner. Puck still in the corner. Now it comes to the near side. Jasoni pinching up. Plays it back to the blue line. Kept in by Lefebvre. Lefebvre with a shot. And that's off body and wide. Now Dawson plays it out front for Lefebvre. As that was Rousseau with a nice pass, but it was blocked. Now Rousseau back to the point for Begley. Begley with a shot. Looking for the tip was Dawson. Rebound comes out off Boivin. And the puck back to the blue line and down the ice. Now Jasoni with it in his own zone. Jasoni gets it up for Rousseau. Rousseau plays it over the line. Rousseau for Dawson. Sharp angle chance. And that one's turned aside by Boivin. Now the puck catches an edge and goes down to the Voodoo zone. Vroogdenhill plays it over for Bagley on the far side. Bagley to Rousseau. Rousseau, it's off his stick and it hits the meshing way down in the Hearst zone. So it's out of play. Now that will bring us to our mid-period break. So we'll be back with more. We're going to take a quick pause here at the Sportsplex. It's 1-0 Hearst. And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for the second half of period number 1. 8:40 on the clock to be precise. It's 1-0 for Hearst. 11 shots on goal for the Lumberjacks as well compared to the 9 by the Voodoos. Both teams trading some haymakers here in this opening period, but it's Hearst that struck early on a nice shot by Cole Shepardson for his 5th of the season. Courtney Kenny, Harrison Clements here for you. Puck played by the Voodoos around in their zone. It's up now, as that's a big slash there on Head, and now it'll be a delayed penalty coming to the Lumberjacks. You can't get away with something like that. Now played out front. Burnett couldn't quite get the puck on his stick. Played back now for Saginaw to Roussel. Roussel with a shot. That one hit the boards and goes over for Saginaw. Saginaw up. Got it back for Head. Head at the point now. Head to Saginaw. Saginaw is going to dump it in and will go around to the near side. The Voodoo's getting an extended look here with the extra attacker. And the puck played around now for Kratz. Kratz looking to go out front, and now it hits behind the net. And a good chance there for the Voodoos, but it's negated by Hearst, and they'll finally touch the puck. And we'll get a stoppage here. And penalties don't get much easier than that to be called than the one that's going to be called here on Hearst.
The Voodoos get the man advantage when the timing is just right. They go down a goal. They've been keeping up the offensive pressure, trying to get something past Boivin, and they get their chance. Ranked the second best power play, just behind the Hearst Lumberjacks at 28%. Meanwhile, the Lumberjacks are sitting at 7th in the league with a 77% penalty kill.
Off the draw, Saginaw has it. Saginaw back to the blue line. Now he walks to the half wall. Saginaw looks to go cross ice. He's nearly lost the puck. Now he plays it back for Bagley. Bagley, far side to Cowell. Cowell plays it in now for his man, Pereira. Pereira plays it in for Boys. Boys tries to walk to the front of the net. Now it's kicked away by Boivin. And now the puck's still loose. Good chance there, stopped by the goaltender. And the puck still kept in deep by the Voodoos. Boys behind the net. Boys tried to play it up for Saginaw. Now Hearst can't quite get it out. It's over to the near side for Bagley. Bagley plays it to Pereira. Now it's picked up by Hearst, and down the ice they go. Good chance here for Como. Como walks in, takes a shot. Vroogdenhill made the save, as that was a smart play by Como to try and get the rebound. Now Saginaw going the other way. Saginaw walks into the middle, takes the shot, and it's off the end board. And Hearst is able to get to it. They tried to clear it, but it's up and off the meshing. And you could just see a smart play there by Como. He knew he wasn't going to beat Vroogdenhill, but he had the trailer that he was trying to find on the rebound.
I think that one got Begley off guard. He expected the dump and clear, and just the chip pass past him sends the Lumberjacks on the rush. A really dangerous opportunity there. Voodoo's getting some good puck movement though, still with over a minute to play in the power play. Keep that up, get a couple more good looks, some more chaos in front of the net, and things are going to start to go your way.
Lefebvre in for the draw here. It's won back by Hearst though, as now the puck goes around to the far side and it'll come out and all the way back down to the Voodoo zone. Kratz will go back to collect it as Vrugdenhill stops it up in the corner. Kratz with it behind his net. Going for a skate now. Up the ice for Roussel. Roussel carries it in. He goes cross ice looking for Lefebvre. His pass hit a stick, and Lefebvre had to catch it. Now Dawson has it. Dawson out front was looking for Rousseau, and the puck back to the blue line and out by the Lumberjacks. Less than a minute on this man advantage. Vrugdenhill with the puck. Plays it down the ice. He gets it to Dawson. Dawson for Roussel. Roussel carries it in, dumps it in. Far side, Dawson has it. Dawson on the half wall. Plays it around for Lefebvre. Couldn't quite get to it. Now it's played back to the blue line for Roussel. Roussel walks the line, gets it back for Kratz. Kratz, he's got a guy all over him. Over for Roussel now with some space. Roussel walks in. Roussel scores! Highlight reel goal. Dylan Roussel, and the Voodoos are in flight here. It's a 1-1 hockey game off Roussel's second of the season.
Roussel fakes that one-timer perfectly and is able to just dance his way through the defense. I don't think anyone was expecting the defenseman to come down that low and into the goal mouth, but here you go. Tie game, power play goal.
Wow. What a highlight reel goal, too. Like you said, faking the one-timer, and he saw that he had Boivin way out of his net and was able to walk around the goaltender. We saw him with a smart play earlier, trying to bank it off the netminder earlier. Man, Dylan Roussel's really fun to watch. Nice little play there. I got to say, every time I see Dylan Roussel out there, I get a little bit of a rush. Puck to the far side now. Saginaw walking in. Leaves it back for Boys with a shot. They score! Anthony Boys! 5-hole on Boivin. What a goal! It's his sixth of the season.
Momentum's a heck of a thing in hockey. When you get rolling, when you start finding those lanes, when you start getting that confidence to keep pushing, it can rack up the goals quickly. 13 shots on goal, now to the 12 of the guess in a 2-1 game. Just momentum, you keep rolling, you keep that pressure up, and it looks like a whole new game on the ice.
To Box with the puck, off the draw. He nearly loses it though. Throws a hit, now it's picked up by Thompson. Thompson lost the puck. Hearst still keeps possession. Now it's back to Thompson. To the near side, Como. Couldn't quite get a clean look, and the Voodoos are going to dump it out. Now Miller with the puck. Miller dumps it right back in, and DeBox will pick it up behind his net. DeBox with the puck, flipping it down the ice. It'll find his man. However, Hearst got a piece of it, and right back into Voodoos territory. It'll go for icing as Collins, the first man back. 4:59 on the clock. 2-1 Voodoos lead.
So that's how you execute on a power play. You keep rolling in waves, you keep getting your chances. There was still only like 5 seconds on that power play, but you take as many seconds of advantage as you can. And I don't think Hearst was expecting the rush to happen that quickly. Get established that quickly and get that quick of a shot off.
Off the draw to Dawson with a shot. He fires that one wide. Speaking of quickly getting shots off, there's Caleb Dawson, one of the hottest goal scorers in the league this season so far. Puck back down the ice into Hearst territory. Jasoni gets to it at the point. It's played back and out. Ouellette gets it out finally. And now it's right back the other way for Como. Como out front. Tried to get it to Thompson. It's picked off by the Voodoos. Now Lefebvre leading the rush the other way. Jasoni with him as well. Lefebvre knocked off his feet. Nothing coming on that one, as it was a play for the puck. Now the puck right back down the other way. Roussel with the puck. Down the ice. Miller has it. Ryan Saginaw getting credited with an assist, so Ryan Saginaw keeps his point streak to every game so far this season. He's been unbelievable. Puck now back in. Vrugdenhill makes another save. And again, Ryan Saginaw showing great spirit all season long for the Powassan Voodoos. It's a 2-1 game. 3:58 left. It's a pride of Pittsburgh kind of night here for Ryan Saginaw, getting an assist on that goal.
So initial assists on the first goal go to Jesse Lefebvre and Marcus Kratz. And then just the second goal of the season for Roussel.
Unbelievable goal, though.
We've seen defensemen who aren't exactly known for scoring getting their fair share this season. Read the box, getting 2 as well earlier this year.
Speaking of Roussel, here he goes again, taking the shot. And that one's off his stick and out of play up into the roof of the Sportsplex here.
3:25 remaining, and again, Cullen getting what looks like his first point of the year on that play. In just his 5th game played, it looks like.
Jackson Cullen, former captain of the U18 Trappers last year, now gets it to Allard. Allard walking over the line. Now it's played back. Hearst has it in the corner. Picked up by Pereira, got it to Kratz, and now it's back to the far side for Roussel. Roussel looking up the ice. He had Cowell in stride, but it's picked off by Hearst and sent back in. Now Brownlee has it. Brownlee had Cowell down the ice. It missed him, though, as it hit a body, and it rolls in on Boivin. Now the puck flipped out by Hearst. Back to the neutral zone. Now it's picked up by Cullen. Cullen try to get it down the ice, and he does. It's deep into Hearst territory now. In the corner, hit thrown by Brownlee, and it's flung around to the near side. Cowell looked to get it out front. Cowell still battling for it. Brownlee in there for support. On the near side, Garvin comes away with it. It's Cowell. Cowell looking to go out front, find Pereira, and it's picked up now by Pereira. He dumps it right back in, and Cowell gets it on the half wall. Cowell still has possession. No, it's now Hearst that has it, but it's Brownlee who picks it up. Back out again. Hearst has it. Down the ice it goes. DeBox with it. DeBox flipping it down the ice. It'll be picked up by Hearst in their own zone. That's Garvin up for Miller. Miller, 2:15 on the clock here in this opening period. It's 2-1 Powassan. Garvin going around behind the net. Played it out front. Good stick there by Brownlee. Disrupted that pass, or rather that's Saginaw. And now Saginaw plays it up. Gets it to Boys. Boys walking in. Boys to the far side. Barclay with the shot. And that one just missed the net. Now another chance. Pushing at it. Boivin facing the wrong way. And they're going to say no goal, as now we get a bit of a melee after the whistle, as the Voodoos were digging away at it, as Boivin was right out of position there for a good chance. And it's always a scary sight if you're a coach and you see your goaltender looking the other way.
This isn't the first awkward bounce we've seen around the boards tonight for some goaltenders here at the Sportsplex. We saw some earlier for Vrugdenhill and also a couple earlier for Boivin. It's hard to track here, but the pace of play has been keeping up. The Lumberjacks have just been storming into the zone and then right the other way, the Voodoos, but we do have a penalty on the play, and the Voodoos will once again find themselves on the man advantage that they were so successful on earlier.
Off the draws to Cowell. If they don't score, this will play out the rest of the period, as there was a second between the play clock and the power play. There was a minute 59 on the clock and 2 minutes on the power play, of course. Now Cowell with it behind his net, plays it back for Bagley. Bagley, far side, gets it to Saginaw, or Pereira rather. It's Pereira. Gets it back to Bagley. Bagley couldn't quite keep it in, as now Hearst goes the other way. McKay lost it. Now it's over for Cowell, who plays it to the near side for Saginaw. Saginaw behind the net, going for a skate. Gets it back for Bagley. Bagley with the puck. Gets it up for Cowell. Cowell plays it back. No one was there, though, as it's out of the reach of Bagley and out to the neutral zone. Bagley up for Cowell again. Cowell carries it in. Looking through his options, Cowell plays it up for Saginaw. Saginaw going for a skate. Plays it back for Pereira. It's out of his reach, just underneath his stick, and it has to go out. So the Voodoos have to regroup into the final minute here of this period and this power play, as Kratz now has it. Kratz. This was the unit that scored. Gets it down the ice. Dawson chasing after it. He's going to seal off the wall. Now it's played for Kratz again. Kratz going to get back to Dawson. Got it back for Kratz. Kratz flips it back. Gets it to Roussel. Roussel. Far side now. Lefebvre takes a shot. That one hit a body, and now it comes to the near side. Back for Kratz to Roussel. Roussel walks in, takes a shot. It's off Boivin. Puck is loose. Rebound was sitting there, and then the Voodoos dug at it a couple of times. And now we'll see a stoppage here as Boisvin was able to keep it out. Big rebound though, left up by the young goaltender.
Roussel's done an excellent job on the power play of finding himself open in dangerous areas. And another excellent chance there, shooting from the top of the slot. Looking back, it's Joshua Basheen who got the 2-minute minor for hooking. With 23.5 seconds left in the power play for this period.
Off the draw, it's held up by Hearst. Now a good play there to pick off Kratz's pass back to Roussel. Going the other way is Hearst. Hearst out front. Tip on net, hit the top of the net, and now it goes out of play. And that was a dangerous play by the former hometown hero, Chase Thompson.
And Hearst has been scary on the rush. They've had a couple of really dangerous opportunities on the penalty kill, and they already have 4 shorthanded goals in this season, looking for their 5th.
Draw coming to the near side of Rookton Hills crease. Thompson in it for Hearst against Rousseau. Now it's played off the power play now by Kratz. Getting it down the ice. It's going to be out of the reach of Lefebvre. And Hearst picks it back up again, and it'll come out. That should kill it. It will. So after 20 minutes of play, it's a 2-1 lead for the Powassan Voodoos in a period where it was kind of the tale of 2 periods, I would say, Harrison. You know, the first half was all Hearst. The second half was all Powassan.
Absolutely, and shots being 18-14 does not tell you how this game started. Hearst was just oppressive on the forecheck. They were getting first and second chances off the rush, and especially holding in the zone, finding that space and getting that initial goal. But off of that power play, and even a couple minutes before, the Voodoos started doing what they do best. In on the forecheck, running the cycle, getting those first, second chances, and then when that power play came, they were able to execute, keep that momentum, and find themselves with this 2-1 lead.
Like you said, 2-1 lead, and you also mentioned the shots, 18-14 after 20 minutes of play in favor of the Voodoos. So that'll do it here for this first period. We'll be back with more Voodoos hockey on the other side of this first intermission.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Powassan Sportsplex. I'm Harrison Clements here with Courtney Kenny, and we have a 2-1 hockey game coming out of the second period. But there is more NOJHL action happening around the league. The Espanola Paper Kings and the Timmins Rock are halfway through their first period. That is still scoreless. And off the top of the second period, the Iroquois Falls Storm and the Sioux Thunderbirds are scoreless as well. Meanwhile, the Greater Sudbury Cubs are visiting the Sioux Eagles in Sioux, Michigan, and that is knotted at ones halfway through the first period. And again, here we are, 2-1, with the Voodoos having a few seconds left on a power play, their second of the night. Their first goal of the game was a power play goal, scored by Dylan Roussel, and then shortly after, 27 seconds later, actually, the Voodoos got their second of the night, assist scored by Anthony Boyce. The first goal of the night, however, was scored by Cole Shepardson, assisted by Dylan Garvin. Shots are 18-14 as both teams square up for puck drop on the second period.
Thank you very much, Harrison. And how about those Sioux Eagles, winless up until the showcase. And they got 2 wins quickly in those couple of games. They've turned it on lately. As we are underway here at the Sportsplex, the Voodoos in their home greens are going left to right in the second period, and the Lumberjacks in their road whites are going right to left. As the puck is dumped down the ice, is Thompson with the puck now in his own zone. Thompson plays it around behind the net. It's picked up by the Lumberjacks. Down the ice they go. It's Como. Como walks into Voodoos territory, cuts around Rousseau, and he has to turn around and send the puck back to the blue line. No one was there, and the puck will go all the way down for Boivin to play. Now it's picked up by the Lumberjacks. It's Paquette behind his net. Paquette up for Thompson. Thompson now going through the neutral zone, walks in. Had a good stick there by a Voodoos player. And now Saginaw knocks his man down by the bench. Flipped back into Voodoos territory. Kratz chasing after it. Kratz picking it up in his own zone. Up the ice for Saginaw. Saginaw with some speed. Gets it to DeBox. DeBox, it's just out of his reach. Saginaw blows a tire. Now Barclay out front. He tried to get it to Boyce, and he just missed that one. Yeah, Boivin diving to try and make that save. Ouellette walks in. Good chance here. It's thrown towards the net, and Vrugdenhill makes the save. Now behind the net, the Voodoos have it for DeBox. DeBox back behind the net. Got it for Cullen. Cullen had left his spot, though, and now he's playing the puck along the half wall. And he gets it to the point, but not out. Bourdon Lemoyne to the near side for Paquette. Paquette dumped it in deep. Now it's a battle down in the corner. McKay tried to get to it. Barclay gets to it, and he gets it all the way out and plays it far side to Boyes. Boyes now dumps it in on the near side. Barclay back for Bourdon Lemoyne. Bourdon Lemoyne dumps it out, and it'll go down the ice. It'll roll right into the Voodoos zone, and for icing as Bagley's the first one back, so the Voodoos will get an offensive zone draw here with 17:53 on the clock.
And not a lot of time for the Voodoos to make something happen on the remainder of the power play action, but they will get the chance to extend their lead here with the draw.
Off the draw, the Voodoos do win it back to the blue line. Jasoni plays it. He takes a shot. It hit a body, and it went into the corner. Cowell lost the puck now, and the puck going the other way for Hearst. Hearst, it's off of the stick of Brownlee and played back by the Voodoos. Now it's sent right back down into Hearst territory. Played around. Pereira picks it up on the half wall, plays it to the near side, but it's picked off by Bourdon Lemoyne now with some speed. Bourdon Lemoyne carrying it into Voodoos territory. Back, plays it out into the slot. Backhand chance, and Vrugdenhill with a pad save on that. Twisting and turning, Hearst still has possession. Now it's picked up by Cowell. Cowell carries it down to the neutral zone. Cowell skates it in, went to the near side looking for Pereira. Now it's picked up by Hearst, and they have a chance here now. Kenville with a shot. That one's gloved down by Vrugdenhill, and the rebound sat there for the Voodoos to pick back up. Pereira flips it right back in, and they'll chase after it. Going for escape. Brownlee nearly got a piece of it, and it's picked up again by the Lumberjacks. Out front, Vrugdenhill with a save. Rebound sat there. Now the puck out front off the boards, and there was no one there, but the Voodoos are able to clear it, as that was a good chance there for the Lumberjacks to try and tie it. Landry now. Landry in the corner. He's knocked off the puck. Played to the near side. The Lumberjacks have it. It's Kenville. Kenville down the ice. And Roussel picks it up. Roussel up for Kratz. Kratz back for Roussel. Roussel, who was buzzing in that first period, walks in. Roussel tried to take the shot, and he fanned on it. Now the puck back to the neutral zone as Kratz has it. Kratz up for Head. Head carrying the puck over the blue line. Walks in. Head twisting and turning. Plays it into the corner. Gets it back for Burnett. Burnett out front. Good chance. And a save made there by Boivin. Off a good chance by Landry. Puck, another chance. It rolls in onto the goalie. And it's into the corner. Landry off of the puck now as he's knocked hard into the boards. It's given to Garvin. Now Burnett throws his man into the boards as Garvin slid in. Landry, puck up, and that's a big hit thrown by Landry behind the net. Hearst kind of getting thrown all over the ice in their own zone on that shift by that fourth line by the Voodoos. Now down the ice it goes. Lefebvre got a piece of it, so Boivin out to play it. Boivin for Paquette. Paquette in the corner. Tried to play it across. He does. It's nearly picked off by Dawson, though. Now the Lumberjacks going the other way. Flipping it down the ice. It's going to roll it on Verugden Hill, who plays it into the corner. Thompson there on Jasoni. Plays it around. It's Ouellette. Ouellette with the puck. Twisting and turning. Takes a sharp angle chance. That one made the bottle snap, but it didn't go into the net. Now another chance as the Voodoos try to get it out. Rousseau through the neutral zone. Rousseau walks in, takes a shot that's just off to the end boards, off the post. Big chance there by the captain of the Voodoos, as he could have quite easily made it a 3-1 game, but the post stood in his way. Thompson back for his man, Ouellette. Ouellette in his own zone, or in the Voodoo zone, I should say, takes a shot from the point, and that one hit a body and went wide. Lumberjacks still with possession in the Voodoo zone. It's Como. Como for Thompson. Thompson walking to the blue line. He nearly got the puck knocked away from him by Rousseau. Now it's Cullen who gets to it. Cullen plays it around to the far side. Dawson battles for it. And the puck comes out front. Good chance here, but it's picked up by Bagley. Bagley leading the rush. Down the ice he goes. Tried to find it to Dawson, but Dawson was just a hair over the blue line, and we'll get a stoppage here on the offside.
Talk about rush on rush opportunity for both these squads. Is a golden opportunity for Rousseau to try and extend things 3-1, coming back the other way off of another bouncing chance directly in front of the net for the Lumberjacks. We've got an intense second period here, folks.
We do indeed. Both teams, it's a little bit less of a pace compared to that first period. It's almost like they're trying to feel each other out here to start the second period. Saginaw now with the puck. Gains the red line, dumps it in cross ice, and they'll chase after it. Now it's Miller on the far side. Played it up, and it's kept in by the Voodoos. Still in the Hearst zone. Jasoni with it, takes a shot. That one broke the stick, though, of the Lumberjack player. Now it's Bichine. Got it up. Now Barclay going the other way. Barclay walking in. Barclay leaves it for Saginaw. Saginaw was in a shooting lane, but he fanned on that one as the puck just rolled off his stick. A couple of good chances there between Roussel and Saginaw this period that have gone by the wayside as the puck has either bounced or stuck to the ice.
Well, that was Shepardson having his stick shatter at neutral ice, still making the play. And a scary moment there as the Voodoos were able to go on the counter attack, but the quick defensive play shut down any real danger from happening.
On the draw, Voodoos get it in deep, but Hearst has the first real possession off the draw. It's played down the ice. Roussel gloves it down, doing his best impression of a Blue Jay. Now Cowell with the puck. Cowell tried to feed it over for Pereira, but the puck rolled in off a body and right in on Boivin, who made the save.
And that line of Pereira, Brownlee, and Cowell has done an excellent job of making space off the zone entry. Getting in deep and trying to find Cowell hanging back. This is the third or fourth chance that we've seen with a play like that for that third line.
Off the draw. It's played around on the near side. It's kept in by Roussel. Roussel sends it right back around. Now Cowell on the far side. Cowell back in deep for Pereira. And it's played to the blue line. Kratz is able to kick at it, but he batted it out of the air and into the meshing and out of play. And we'll get a stoppage here, 12:58.
It's been a quick 7 minutes here as both teams have, as you said earlier, Courtney, just trying to feel out the pace play, trying to find those chances. And The shot counter is still ticking up, but nothing's felt especially high danger aside from 1 or 2 chances for both squads in this second.
Head off the draw. Or rather, Burnett, I should say. It's on to the far side. Now it's Taylor. Taylor in the corner. Gets it back, but Roussel keeps it in. Now it comes out. Bourdon Lemoyne threw it to the middle of the ice. McKay couldn't quite get to it. And Kratz twisting and turning. Kratz back to the blue line. Out to Burnett. Burnett took the shot. It's off a body. Now Roussel with a chance. And Boivin had to make the save. Sprawling on the rebound, but the puck just went wide. Now it's Head with a chance. Head with a shot. And that's another big save by Boivin. Now kicking away at it. And a Voodoo player comes out. He hits his head on the ice. Oh no. Oh no, as Burnett fell backwards. His helmet wasn't there. JJ out on the ice real quickly, the trainer of the Voodoos. That's a dangerous play and one you don't want to see. It looks like he's moving, which is good to see, but he came down with some force.
Didn't see the helmet come off there initially. We'll just take a moment to see the player's all right.
Cleaning up the ice around him right now. Head taking his stuff. Everybody kind of taking a knee on the Voodoo side along with Boivin. And he's able to get up, but he's probably going off for the next little while if he comes back at all. Not good to see Tyler Burnett going off the ice. He's had a good start to his season as well. So in and out of the lineup, but he's looked good for the Voodoos. And he looked good on that shift as well, but helmet comes off, and when your head hits the ice like that, everyone worries.
They get up fairly quickly, and the Voodoos will get the chance to keep up the pressure that they had on the previous play.
DeBox off the draw. It hit Lefebvre's stick, but went wide. Now it's Ouellette who sends the puck down the ice. DeBox chasing after it. DeBox picking it up in his own zone. Tried to flip it out. It's into the corner, and now picked up by the Lumberjacks as they battle with DeBox in the half wall on the near side. Como in there, along with Thompson. Russo pushing some bodies. It comes back to the point. Now it's Blyer who took the shot and hit a body and went wide. Now Russo with it. Russo got it for Lefebvre, but he didn't quite get it fully out. Now DeBox chasing after it again. It's back into the Voodoo zone. Garvin in there, picked up by Russo. Russo tried to flip it out. Puck on the far side. At the half wall, Dawson sends it around. Now it's back to the blue line and out, so Hearst has to recollect it. Ouellette with the puck. Ouellette walking in. Twisting and turning at the far side. He looked out front, found Blyer. Good save made by Vreugdenhil. Another chance just goes wide of the net. Still battling for it behind the net. Cullen in there along with Russo. This line's been out there for a while. Blyer with the puck. Plays it back around. Como now has it. Como twisting and turning, gets around Russo. And the puck is back, although Russo gets it behind his net. Still battling for it. Chipping away, that was Cullen. It gets to the blue line, but not out. Now Thompson plays it in. Ouellette with the puck again. Trying to get a piece of it. That's Hearst still, as the puck is just along the end wall. Como has possession. He's taken hard into the boards by DeBox. And now Lefebvre will play it around the far side, but it's going to be picked up by Trudell. Trudell out front again. Good chance there, and a big save made by Vreugdenhil when his team was hemmed in their own zone for a couple of minutes.
Felt like trading rushing opportunities for the first half of this period, and that's our first real extended section of offensive zone possession for the Lumberjacks, and they got a few clean looks on Vreugdenhil and a big time save to get those fresh legs onto the ice.
On the far side now. Head out there. Puck, or rather that was Pereira. Puck does come out. The Voodoos will send it all the way down the ice. That'll go for icing against Powassan. So we'll get another offensive zone draw here for Hearst.
Luckily able to make the change just a few seconds before, so just creating some space. Another opportunity for a clean zone exit off the draw here.
Shepardson for the draw, and Hearst keeps it in. Kenville gets it around behind the net, but Pereira picks it up. Pereira to the near side for Brownlee. Brownlee off the wall. Brownlee walks in, leaves it for Cowell. Cowell gets around his man, still battling for it in the corner, got it to Brownlee. Brownlee flips it back to the blue line, is kept by Begley. Somehow, some way he did, but now it's out by Hearst. Played down the ice. Shepardson chasing after it. Knocks their man down. That was Allard. Now Jasoni up the ice. Pereira couldn't quite get a piece of it though. And the puck's back in. Vrugdenhill played it to Jasoni. Down the ice now. Got hit a body on the change. They're calling for too many men, but the referees won't. Now it's Cowell. Cowell gets it in for Pereira. Brownlee now in the corner. No arm went up there when the puck hit a Hearst player going onto the bench. Now going the other way. Hearst once again walking in. Good play by Roussel looking for the hip check. Nearly boxed his man out, but Hearst still has possession off that play. Now thrown out front. Vrugdenhill making the save, and we'll get a stoppage here.
Roussel finding ways to contribute offensively and defensively, as that stoppage will take us to the mid-period break. But we won't go quite yet, as there is a 2-1 game here at the Sportsplex, and now a 2-1 game as the Blue Jays take the lead off of a Ernie Clement RBI single to send Kirk home.
Can't complain too much with that, but like you said, we'll be back on the other side of this second intermission break, or second period break, I should say. And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex as the Voodoos are set for a defensive zone draw here with 9:08 left on the second period. It's a 2-1 game, as you heard Harrison say just before we took a quick little break. And now the puck comes off the draw to Paquette. Paquette with a shot, and that was a good tip out front by McKay, but it hit a body. He was headed towards the net though, so good thing the body was there for Powassan. Now Hearst going right back in. They can't quite get very deep in though now as Saginaw walks out. Saginaw plays it out for Barkley. Barkley walking in. Barkley with a chance. And Boivin with the save on that, as that was a great chance by Pavel Barkley.
And we've seen a couple of willingness to take a hit in order to make the play, especially along that blue line, as we saw the one pass to Shepard in the first period to open the scoring for the Lumberjacks, and then a golden opportunity as Saginaw does the same to get the pass to Barclay. But this one results in an excellent save by Boivin on the stretch save.
Off the draw, Shepardson going the other way. Dumping it in. Bagley battling for it on the far end. Now it rolls in. Vrugdenhill had to be good on that, as now the puck is rolled in, or the net's rolled off onto Vrugdenhill. It hits him in the back of the helmet, and now we have some melee after the whistle as a couple of Voodoo players come in for their goaltender who's down on the ice. Good to see Vrugdenhill alert. No movement from the Voodoo's bench as of right now, but the net did come off and roll onto Vrugdenhill.
And as we mentioned at the top of the game, there's a lot of animosity between these two teams historically. And at the 8:32 mark, we'll see if a couple of players go off, as we see Cowell head to the penalty box. And it looks like
just Cowell.
And the Lumberjacks will be getting their first power play of the game. So as we looked at stats the other way, as the Voodoos were on the power play, the Lumberjacks have the best power play percentage in the league, 33.3%. And it looks like Cowell's heading off for roughing. And the Voodoos sitting at their 85.4 penalty kill percentage. They've been shorthanded 41 times, but they've also have a league-leading 6 shorthanded goals for. The best team in the league when it comes to penalty kill percentage is the Espanola Paper Kings, sitting at a 90.8%.
Looks like we're going to get the ice crew out on the ice here, as they have to come back out and dig out the holes at the Voodoo's net. So both teams are going to head back to the bench here And they'll get to refocus their game plan here before the power play gets started.
Give a brief scoring update as we do have this intermission. The Sioux Thunderbirds, with 5 minutes remaining in the second period, are still up 1-0 over the Iroquois Falls Storm. Things remain tied at the end of one for the Cubs and the Eagles, and the Paper Kings have taken a 1-0 lead over the Timmins Rock with a couple of minutes left in the first period. We remain scoreless in the second period here as the score remains 2-1. But the Hearst Lumberjacks will get their first power play opportunity as a little bit of ice maintenance is done and the players will return to the ice.
Always a stressful job when, I'm sure when you're ice maintenance here and the game is paused because they need you. No pressure. The surface that they play on needs some maintenance. Puck already dumped down by the Voodoos into her zone. Boisvin with the puck. Leaves it for Paquette. Paquette in his own zone, slowly up the ice. Now gaining some speed. Over the blue line he goes, stopping up. Couldn't quite get his pass cross ice. It's picked off by the Voodoos, but Paquette keeps it in. Russo tried to dump it out, but it hit Paquette. Now it's at the blue line again. Ouellette. In for Como. Como. Back for Paquette. Paquette at the line. Had Russo coming on him. Now the puck all the way back down the other way. And that'll kill some more time, and the Voodoos will get some fresh legs out there as Russo goes off for a change, and Dawson as well. 1:05 left on the man advantage. Going the other way is Paquette. Paquette with some speed walks in, takes a shot. That one hit the skates of the defender in front. That was DeBox, and it went wide. Now the other way, a chance here for Lefebvre if he can get some more speed, but Ouellette got there first, and he sends the puck the other way. Now Como with 50 seconds to work with, and there will be a penalty behind the play as Lefebvre was taken out, and that'll kill off the rest of this power play opportunity for Hearst, as it'll be 4-on-4 for 48 seconds.
Lefebvre hounding after the puck and doing a good job at getting under the skin of the Lumberjacks, as if you've tuned into Voodoo's broadcast before, you'll know that Lefebvre's favorite player is Brad Marchand, and showing a little bit of that streak there as we will have some 4-on-4 thanks to his efforts.
Machine in the box. I would have thought it was Ouellette that. Anyways, hey, you must be pretty happy with the last episode of Face Off on Amazon Prime. It's basically the Matthew Tkachuk, Brad Marchand show. One of the worst episodes of TV I've ever watched.
I wonder why a Leafs fan would say such a thing.
I don't know. Brad Marchand, he's everything, man. And then he goes to the Panthers, and I'm like, come on.
You saw the trade, and you knew what was going to happen.
Well, it was Boston trying to troll the Leafs one last time.
Successfully so.
They're like, oh, we're not making the playoffs this year. Might as well troll the Leafs a little bit here. As Head out of his own zone. Or Pereira, rather. Now it's played up for Boys. Boys skates the puck in. Boys stops up on the near side in the corner. 5 seconds left. Boys is taken hard into the board by Shepardson. Now it's played back to the point. Shot on goal by Lefebvre. Or by Jasoni. Now it's Boys back for Pereira as the Voodoos are going to get their power play opportunity now. Pereira walks to the middle of the ice. Pereira going for a skate. Plays it back for Kratz and Cowell, and both of them were there. Neither of them took the puck. Now Kratz with some speed the other way. Kratz walks in. Kratz with a shot. And that's a save made by Boisvin. Now back to the point. Begley couldn't quite get a hold of it, but Pereira picks it up. Pereira with a shot. And that one just went wider than. Now Cowell picks it up. Cowell has the puck, twisted and turned, tried to throw it towards the net. It was blocked. Now Kratz with it. Kratz takes another shot. That one fires wide. Cowell picks it back up to Begley. Begley look to shoot. Now he does. It's going to hit Boisvin as it was tipped down on that by the Voodoos. Now Boisvin down in the net, keeping the goal line secure. And we'll get a whistle here as the Voodoos were digging away at it. But Boisvin, we could see it clearly here, had the whole goal line covered with his pads.
Voodoo's getting a string of really good shots through traffic onto Boisvin in the abbreviated power play that they do have. Skating up, top of the slot, getting the shot, getting the rebound, regrouping and going at it again. This is a really clean setup from the Voodoos with roughly 22 seconds remaining in the power play.
5:42 left in the period as well. Back for Kratz. Kratz has the puck. Tried to find Roussel. It hit a body, and it'll go right back down into Voodoo's territory now as Roussel picks it up. Roussel, who's looked dangerous all game long, gets the puck up for Lefebvre. Lefebvre cross ice, finds Dawson. Dawson walking in. Dawson back for Lefebvre, and the puck is just off his stick, and now Como going the other way. Como walks in, takes the shot, he scores! As the penalty expired, a misplay by Lefebvre at one end, and Matthew Como is going to get his 10th of the season to tie it at 2.
And for all the good things that the Voodoo's power play was generating, a consistent factor during that possession was they kept losing the puck at the blue line. Losing the puck at the blue line, and third time ended up being the deadliest as the shorthanded turned into 5-on-5 goal. Ties things up with 5:16 remaining.
Just snuck it past the padding glove of Rugden-Hill. Rugden-Hill out to play the puck. Rims it around, but is picked up by Hearst. Now it's back to the blue line and out. Como, the goal scorer, flipped it back in. Now it's to the box. The puck just bounced under the stick of Lefebvre to lead to that opportunity. Now it's Cullen on the far side. Back out and played in deep to box. Has it now in his own zone. Back for Cullen. Cullen skates the puck down the ice, flips it up, was looking for Saginaw, and now a chance here for Barclay, looking for Saginaw. Saginaw tried to bat it out of the air. It's picked up on the far side now by Saginaw. Saginaw lost it though, and Hearst going the other way. Cullen flipping it up. Ouellette has it, and it's dumped behind the net. Now picked up by Barclay. Barclay flips it down the ice. It's picked up by Hearst again at their own blue line. Blyer with it. Down the ice, here's a chance now for Hearst again off the chance, and what a save made by Rugden-Hill. As off the boards, Hearst had a gorgeous opportunity, and Rugden-Hill maybe save of the year. Jasoni gets the puck, it goes the other way. Now Hearst, if they speed, would have a 2-on-0. Rugden-Hill out to play the puck, and he fans on it. Now he has to take his man out. Rebound chance, it's going to come around on the far side. Rugden-Hill battling for it again, and he's knocked over. And Hearst was right there on a misplay by Rugden-Hill perhaps, but the goaltender was able to come back and keep it out.
And the Voodoos need to take a second and figure out their defensive coverage. This is multiple chances, bad line change, blown coverage, blown read. And even though Rugden-Hill has some difficulty handling the puck, he's still able to make the save. And even before that, bailing his team out, stopping that basically 2-on-0 and keeping this a tie game.
Like you said, a couple of grade A chances for Hearst after they get that goal. Now the Voodoos have now just allowed chance after chance after chance for Hearst here. Gonna have to settle things down. And if it wasn't for Rugden-Hill, it could be a 4-1 game or 4-2 game right now easily. Puck off the draw. Voodoo's still battling for it in their own zone. Hearst picks it up with men in position, but they couldn't quite get anything on net. Now Landry up for Head. Head plays it over for Cowell. Cowell with a shot, and it hits a body and doesn't make it towards the net. Still battling for it. That's Cowell out there playing in the Burnett spot. Good stick by Cowell. Nearly knocked towards the net. Down the ice they go. Hearst the other way. Walks in, takes a shot. Rugden-Hill made the save. Bourdon Lemoyne out front. Good chance. That one is just never quite made it on net as it hit a body. Now, taking his man to the ice. There's no call coming on that. Voodoo's perhaps getting away with one there. As the puck down the ice the other way, that'll go for icing, but Hearst will get to it first. Shepardson couldn't quite get it. Now it's Dawson as a 2-on-1 with Lefebvre. Dawson walks in. Dawson with a shot. And Boivin making the save. And now we got some more rough stuff between Lefebvre and Allard after the whistle. And this game has taken quite the turn now on the last couple of minutes.
We started a bit more of a feeling out process in the second period, and then things started to kind of find their form. Hearst had a lot of offensive zone time, and now Hearst off the rush, just shredding the Voodoos defense, and the Voodoos now finding their space the other way. This game has opened wide up.
Off the draw, kept in the neutral zone by Cullen. And the puck going the other way now. DeBox has it. DeBox up for Lefebvre. Lefebvre, he's taken hard into the boards, got it down the ice, but Trudell picks it up. Now going the other way is Hearst. Good pass up there by Hearst to get it down the ice to Box, knocking his man off the puck. Now a chance in the slot. Gets another go at it. And Vroogdenhill going to have to make the save on that one. Cole Vroogdenhill, if the Voodoos eke this one out, I think the team owes Cole Vroogdenhill a dinner.
Absolutely. 28-27 the shots now, as both these teams have unlocked a flurry of shots on goal. And again, the pacing has kind of ebbed and flowed throughout this game. But rushing chances after rushing chances, individual plays have sort of been the tale of the last 5 minutes.
And I would argue Hearst is outchancing Powassan for sure.
Especially in the back half of this second period. They've had a multitude of high danger chances, uncontested, frankly, aside from Vroogdenhill.
Off the draw. Puck comes out front again. Another chance. And that one goes wide of Vroogdenhill's net. The Voodoos have nobody in front of their net on, I would say, 75% of these chances. Just like that, as now Pereira going the other way. Pereira twisting and turning in Lumberjacks territory, plays it around, looking for Cowell. Cowell throws it out front, and the puck is going to go all the way down the ice as it missed Jasoni. Jasoni in his own zone. Jasoni twisting and turning. He's able to get some space. Now the puck down the other way by Hearst. Might have been a high stick on that, but they say play on. Now Jasoni picks it back up. Jasoni down the ice, it hit a body, and it'll roll down into Lumberjacks territory, so we'll get an icing here with a minute 26 left on the clock.
Feels like a while since we've seen a puck go down the ice without a player attached to it on the rush. And the Voodoos will have to win this draw to keep possession, because they can't give up another draw in their zone, because Hearst is finding so much space on the home plate right now.
Cole Vroogdenhill has been unbelievable for this Voodoo squad all year long. This might be a statement game from him right now. You think he might have noticed a certain roster that came out recently, Harrison?
Quite possibly, and he's showing an outstanding effort right now, so I'll leave it at that.
Thompson with the puck through the neutral zone. Flips it down the ice. Couldn't quite get it very far, though, as Cowell gets to it. We're into the final minute here, and perhaps the Voodoos can get recalibrated here in their locker room if they can make it there. Ouellette with the puck. His shot off a stick and right into the stars and stripes over at the wall there.
Well, we were talking about momentum when it came to the Voodoos getting those back-to-back goals, and it swings the other way as well when you get chance after chance, when you're able to just keep up the pressure, when you're seeing these scoring opportunities, when you're clawing back in a game like this, and especially getting momentum off of essentially a shorthanded goal. It really helps.
Off the draw, Hearst picks it back up, as they have most of this back half of this period. Starting with possession in the Voodoo zone, although it's into the corner. Lefebvre battling for it. Puck comes to the half wall. Miller with it. Miller with a shot. And Vroogdenhill making the glove save on that one. Looking like Alejandro Kirk with his catching glove.
No frame job required. And that game still sits at 2-1. 29.6 seconds remaining in this period.
Off the draw, Hearst once again with possession. The Voodoos not starting with the puck too often in the back half, as I just mentioned. Their face-off percentage have to be taking quite a hit right now, as Roussel tried to get a piece of it in the corner. 13 seconds on the clock. It's played out front, and Dawson can't quite get it out. Now it does roll out, and Rousseau going the other way. Puck down the ice. Lefebvre chasing after it. That will end up what's left of this period as Trudell and Lefebvre get entangled. And now we see some more rough stuff after the whistle between Lefebvre and Trudell was involved on that. Harrison, perhaps mercifully, it's the second intermission for Powassan. Your thoughts there on a very strange second period?
Well, that really is the thought, is you go from looking to build off the lead if you're the Voodoos to simply a game of survival. And Hearst has done what they do well. They counterattack. They use their speed. They're so fast and able to create plays at will, essentially. And if you give them the space like the Voodoos have in the back 5 minutes, they're going to take advantage of that. The Voodoos need to shore up defensively, do what they're doing well, get that extended zone time, not rely so much on the rush, and get those chances. Otherwise, Hearst is going to continue what they've been doing and roll over you.
Well, to start the third period, the Voodoos will have to kill a penalty, presumably to Jesse Lefebvre, I would think, as at the 20-minute mark, there is now a penalty on the board. So Hearst will go to the power play to start the third period. It's 2-2 after 40 minutes of play. Shots on goal also nodded, 28-28, and we'll be back with more after this second intermission.
Welcome back inside the Powassan Sportsplex. I'm Harrison Clements, he's Courtney Kenny, and we're entering period 3 of Voodoos versus Lumberjacks. We'll give you a quick scoring summary, as the first period was Cole Shepardson, assisted by Dylan Garvin. Then Dylan Roussel and Anthony Boys went up 2-1 for the Voodoos, one of those being on a power play. Then at the expiry of a Hearst Lumberjacks penalty kill on 5-on-5, Mathieu Como got point number 29 on the season in 14 games to tie this at 2. Around the league, we have a couple more games going on in the NOJHL. 2-0, the Sioux Thunderbirds lead over the Iroquois Falls Storm halfway through the third period. The Sioux Michigan Eagles are tied with the Greater Sudbury Cubs halfway through the second period at 1 apiece, and the Espanola Paper Kings still lead 1-0 over the Timmins Rock at the top of the second period. But there is one more update, and that is the Voodoos will be starting on the penalty kill to enter the third period due to Jesse Lefebvre being called 2 minutes minor for roughing at the very end of the period. So the Voodoos kill has looked fairly good tonight. They'll have to prove it once more.
Keenan Kenville is also in the box for Hearst, but it looks like it's Powassan who's picking up the extra 2. Thank you very much for going through all of that, Harrison, as the Voodoos are back out on the ice now along with the Lumberjacks.
Yes, Kenville is in for unsportsmanlike conduct.
So Lefebvre will sit for the next few minutes anyways. His penalty is the only one on the board, but there's no extra Voodoo player in the box. As we get set for the opening draw here of the third period, the Lumberjacks and the Road Whites are going left to right, and the Voodoos in their home greens are going right to left in this third period. All knotted up at 2. Here we go. Rousseau had the puck heading back into his own zone, and both him and Cullen were kind of trying to figure out who wanted the puck, and Cullen tried to dump it down the ice. It hit a body and went out of play as it hit the roof. So we'll get another face-off here with McKay and Rousseau facing off again. It's won back decisively by the Lumberjacks as Ouellette has it now. Ouellette walking into Voodoo's territory, got to Como. Como on the half wall, stops up, looks to go in deep. He does, finds Thompson. Thompson stops up, plays it back. Now it's at the half wall for Ouellette. Ouellette finds Thompson in the corner. Thompson back for Ouellette. They trade places as Ouellette's now in the corner. Ouellette and Thompson trading places again. Ouellette takes the shot. Rugenhill made the save. Rebound chance. And it went out to the point, but it didn't hit the net on the rebound chance as it hit a body and went wide. Now along the end wall. Digging for it. 3 Lumberjacks and 2 Voodoos. Still battling for it in there. Now there's 3 Voodoos in there and only 1 out in the slot. Back to the point now. Picked up by the Lumberjacks. It's Ouellette walking. Looks to take a shot or make a pass. He gets it back around. Rugenhill nearly fell over. Now it's Ouellette on the far side. He plays it in deep. Finds his man. It's played to the near side. Ouellette picks it back up. Ouellette, 50 seconds on the man advantage. Plays it in for Thompson. Thompson threw it cross ice. It hit Como. And Como had to play it back down to the ice as it was up in his chest. Now the puck hits off Rousseau's stick. And it's going to go down the ice. So the Voodoos get some relief here with 35 seconds on the man advantage. Quickly back in is Hearst. As the Voodoos make a change, McKay has it. McKay to Ouellette, they score! Somehow beating Rugenhill on the near side at a very tough angle. That's Henry Ouellette's 8th of the season. It's 3-2 for the Lumberjacks.
And the Lumberjacks were moving around the zone so well, just finding the lanes, trying to create that space, and while the Voodoos got some players onto the ice, it was just a long, long shift. Hard to get back into that structure, and a wicked shot from Ouellette gives the Hearst Lumberjacks the lead. You can't give them that space, that opportunity. There's a reason they're number 1 in the league.
Roussel off the draw, plays it over for Kratz on the far side. Now Kratz back for Roussel. Roussel, who's looked good all game, carries the puck in. Roussel couldn't quite get around Bordeaux Lemoyne. He still has it though, as he plays the puck to the near side for Boys. Boys hits off a body. Hearst gets it out. Bordeaux Lemoyne up for Seymour. Seymour plays it over. Bordeaux Lemoyne tried to get it across the ice, although Roussel picked it off. Now it's played back in deep. Kratz chasing it into the near side. Kratz got it up for Boys. It does get down the ice, and away it'll go into Lumberjacks territory. Now Trudell will get to it first. Trudell with the puck behind his own net. 17:40 on this clock. It's 3-2 in favor of the Lumberjacks. They opened the scoring in the first period, and the Voodoos had a 2-1 lead. Now it's 3-2. Now it's Pereira as Bagley takes a big hit for Jasoni. Jasoni tried to get it out, couldn't get it past his man. Now it's played up. Vrugdenhill off his mask makes the save. Now another shot. Yeah, one goes wide of Vrugdenhill's net. Now Taylor has it. Played out front, picked up by Boys. Boys has it. Plays it around back for Bagley. Bagley up for Saginaw. Saginaw up to the near side for Boys. That one hit past Boys off the boards and goes down for icing. So we'll get a stoppage here. Another offensive zone draw for Hearst. It's been all Lumberjacks so far in the early part of this third period.
So assists on the previous goal going to Chase Thompson with the secondary and Ty McKay with the primary assist. Thompson now up to, it looks like, 14 points on the season.
Former hometown hero, electrifying Voodoos fans through the year and a half that he played here, with a trip to the NOJHL Finals, in which the Voodoos lost in 5 games to Sudbury. Thompson also losing to Sudbury in the finals last year with Hearst as well, in a heartbreaking Game 7 for the Lumberjacks. Saginaw with the puck in his own zone, flips it down the ice. And then having a bit of a rough week, but maybe some redemption against Sudbury in their third straight day at the Countryside Arena in Sudbury. As the puck's going to come over and hit off the meshing and go out of play. As they were able to beat the Cubs on their third day in Sudbury after falling and losing some big games in the first 2 games at the showcase. Once to Timmins and once to the Sioux Eagles.
The one team that did end up staying behind after the showcase was done, extended stay in the Nickel City.
Taylor with the puck in his own zone. Plays the puck down the ice. He'll get into Voodoos territory. Lefebvre tried to get it. Now it's out front. Como with a shot, and that one whistled wide. Now Taylor dumps it right back in. It feels like these guys haven't even left the ice. It's back to Kratz. Kratz up for Dawson. Dawson walks in. Dawson takes a shot. That one hit a body, and that one had to be sticked away by Boivin. Now it's Lefebvre with it. Lefebvre chasing after it. He's knocked off the puck, and Como has it. Como down the ice. It's going to go off the boards to Roussel. Roussel has it, leaves it for Kratz. Kratz stops up, plays it back over for Roussel. It missed 2 guys, never mind. Dumped back in by the Voodoos. Now Vrugdenhill gets to it. Roussel has the puck. He can't quite make a pass, and now Kratz picks it up as Roussel's on the ice. Up for Cowell. Cowell has it off his stick. Sloppy play by the Voodoos to start the first 4.5 minutes of this third period. Now Roussel throws a hit. Kratz over there as well with Cowell. Oh, sorry, that was Cowell. Now it's Head. He loses it. And it's back for Cowell. Cowell playing for Roussel. Now a chance here for the Lumberjacks as it was given away in front of the net. Another chance, another rebound. Roussel making the save, and now Kratz showing his frustration as he went after his man out front, but we'll still get a stoppage.
A slew of misplays coming from the Voodoo side. They can't get out of their zone. They can't connect a pass. Hearst is pouncing on every single mistake. At this point in the game, you need to start making those plays happen. The entirety of this period essentially has been in the Voodoo zone.
Off the draw, good chance there, stopped by Vrugdenhill. As that was another big save for the goaltender. Cullen up the ice for Saginaw. Saginaw gets it down the ice. You can see by the color of the ice that the Voodoos haven't spent much time in the offensive zone at all. It's Barclay behind the net. Barclay knocked into the boards. Boys gets to it. Back to the point. The box with a shot. That one hit a body, never made it on net. Now Barclay powers his way forward. Barclay lost the puck though, and the Lumberjacks are going the other way. Now a good stick by Boys. Boys puts it back in the Lumberjacks zone, but Allard picks it up. Allard walking in. Allard with a shot. That one hit a body. And now the Voodoos have some space. Saginaw up for Dawson. Dawson dumps it in. It'll be Jasoni on the far side, but the puck takes a weird bounce. It comes out for Como. Now it's Hearst going the other way. Como trying to get around Russo. He does. Vrugdenhill makes the save. Now it's up for Dawson. Dawson skates through the neutral zone, dumps it in. Boivin thought about playing it, but it was out of his reach. Now the puck along the end wall. Comes out along with a stick. It's back to the point. Begley with it. Begley takes the shot, and Boivin makes the save. Now it's Lefebvre. Lefebvre lost it. Russo picks it up. Russo tried to get it back to the point. Begley got it. Now it rolled off his stick, and that's been the tale of the game as well for the Voodoos here. Now it's a good chance out front. Somehow kicked aside by Vroegdenhill, as he's made a few 10-bell saves in this game. In Hearst territory, Roulette with the puck. Down the ice now, Como. Como stops up, takes the shot, and it rolls around to the far side. Playing it down, although it's Roussel who has it in the slot, and a good stick to bounce that one away as Hearst was threatening. Now that'll go for icing against Powassan here. 13-15, and at some point you got to get the wheels out of the mud here.
It's been very, very little offensive time for the Voodoos, and what little they have had has hardly been dangerous. One shot, maybe two all period, and Hearst has just been rolling lines into the Voodoo zone, getting multiple chances and just wearing out the Voodoo's defenders.
Off the draw, Hearst still has possession of it, and the Voodoos trying to come away with it as Pereira got it to Roussel. Now it's played to the near side. Dawson couldn't quite get it. It's played by Bordeaux and Lemoyne. Now Roussel is able to dump it down the ice, and Pereira gets to it. He takes a hit, gets the puck in deep though. Seymour in his own zone. Stops up, tried to play it to his man. Now it's picked up by Brownlee. Brownlee looking through his options, finds Roussel on the near side. Back for Kratz. Kratz walking his way in. Marcus Kratz going for a skate, takes a shot. Boivin makes a save, and drawing a penalty as well is Kratz, as that might prove to be a big one here.
A big individual from Marcus Kratz. He is able to get into the zone, keep that pressure, force the body to be played, and is able to get the Voodoos on the man advantage. And 12:36, it's only a one-goal game, but the way Hearst has been playing, especially in this back half of 60, has been impressive. You need to get one back quick and start rolling off that. Again, it's momentum swings, but it all starts with winning faceoffs.
Off the draw. Speaking of winning faceoffs, the Voodoos did, but no one was there, so Hearst gets it down into Voodoos territory. Bagley has it, though, behind his net. Bagley stops up, looking through his options. Passes to Cowell. Cowell with some speed. Cowell walks in, tried to get the puck out front and hit a body and went into the corner. Now it's Pereira with it. Pereira plays it back to Bagley. Bagley took an awkward bounce off that one, and now the puck is back up for Saginaw, who tried to play the puck down the ice. Pereira, his pass to no one in particular. He has to chase after it into the corner. Saginaw now down the ice, finds Boys. Boys into the corner. Boys still battling along the half wall. Boys comes away with it to Saginaw. Saginaw walks out front, tried to get it out front. Good chance there for Saginaw, but that one whistled wide. Boys behind the net, still battling for the puck. Boys comes away with it into the corner. Anthony Boys gets it to Pereira to Bagley. Back for Pereira. Plays across ice, finds Saginaw. Now it's Saginaw for Cowell. For Saginaw on the half wall. Back out front for Kratz, finds his man. Save made by Boivin. And now the puck comes out for Hearst. And that was Kratz who would replace Bagley actually on that power play unit after Bagley fell awkwardly. Now Kratz with the puck in his own zone. Plays it up for Dawson. Dawson for Russo. Russo's pass cross ice. Hits a body and down the ice it goes. Under a minute left on the man advantage. Roussel picks it up in his own zone. He has Thompson on him. Now Roussel going for a skate. Flips it up for Kratz. Kratz for Dawson. Dawson looks to take a shot. He does. He hobbles his man as it was blocked. Now Lefebvre back for Dawson out front. A good chance there for the Voodoos, but it hit a couple of bodies. Now out front for Dawson taking the shot, and that one's blocked as well. We're back to 5-on-5 as Roussel tried to pinch in, but now the puck going the other way for Hearst. Como to this side, or to the Voodoo zone, and now Rousseau is knocked off the puck by Thompson. Thompson got it back for Como. Back up for Roussel. Roussel plays the puck back, and it'll be Cullen who chases after it. Almost 10 minutes gone here. It's 3-2 off an early goal by the Lumberjacks. Cullen skates in, tried to take a shot. That one was blocked by Paquette. Landry in there as well with Cullen. And now it's picked up by Cowell. Cowell, who's double shifting here as Burnett's been out with an injury, and the puck hits a body and goes out of play.
Voodoo's getting 1 or 2 chances on the power play, but Hearst clearing way too effectively. And again, time running out for the Voodoos to tie this one up as we hit our final mid-period break.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex here for the final 9 minutes and 53 seconds of this third period. 3-2 Hearst leads, and if you're a Jays fan, you're not too happy about the Mariners scoring a run in the 8th inning to tie it 2-2.
And the Voodoos starting with an offensive zone draw, and faceoffs haven't been their strong suit. They need them.
Rousseau, though, wins it. Back to the point is Bagley, who went off with a bit of an injury scare and gets a shot on net. Now Boisvert makes the save right off the draw, so good to see Bagley back out there.
And the offensive zone draws being so vitally important as the time ticking down. We saw the Voodoos struggle winning faceoffs in the second period in the first half of this period.
Rousseau in for the draw again, and that'll see a violation for Shepherdson, but now Rousseau wins it back. Begley with another shot. That one hits a body and goes wide of Boisvant's net. Now Jasoni pinching up. Gets the puck to Rousseau. Rousseau tried to play it out front with one hand as he was a little bit tied up. Still battling for it. There will be a delayed penalty now against Hearst here as Lefebvre gets to it, takes the shot, and that one hits a body and goes back to Jasoni. Bounced over his stick, so it went out of play or out of the zone. Now Cowell has it. Cowell throws across ice to Bagley. Bagley walks in. Bagley had the puck knocked off his stick, so now Hearst gets possession of it, and we'll get a draw here as Rousseau is taken down, so we'll see a penalty against Hearst.
You'll get no better opportunity than this in this period to tie the game up, to get back in the game, to try and get some momentum going. You've spent the first half of the period essentially burning time in your own zone. You didn't do anything on the first power play. You need to get something going now.
William Paquette going to the box, and the puck is won to Bagley. Now Cowell gets it for Saginaw. Saginaw for Cowell. Back for Saginaw. Saginaw with a shot, he scores! Ryan Saginaw ties it on the power play. What a goal from the pride of Pittsburgh, as Ryan Saginaw collects his 7th of the season, showing lots of spirit.
And the Voodoos do an excellent job of creating traffic in front of the net of Boivin. We saw it on their previous 2 draws in the offensive zone that they were trying to kick it back to the blue line, shoot through as many bodies as possible to try and break through. With more control, winning that faceoff and kicking it back to the point again, they're able to sneak that one low through traffic and tie this one up. Again, game of momentum. Can the Voodoos keep it rolling?
Well, here comes Como the other way. Right off the draw, taking the chance, going cross ice, and the puck just goes into the end wall. Now it's Kratz the other way to Dawson. Kratz for Dawson. Dawson throwing it cross ice. It's out of the reach of Lefebvre. And now Dawson comes in and knocks the puck away from his man, but Hearst still has it up for Miller. And Miller with the puck. It's bounced out, and Como picks it up. Hearst trying to get the puck back in, quite as Hearst now finally gains the zone. Ouellette, who scored the goal earlier this period for Hearst, tried to throw across ice, and Lefebvre is just going to calmly pick that one off and Send it back down. Ouellette again with the puck. Ouellette walking in. Lost it. Now it's Pereira going the other way. Pereira walks in, stops up, looks to go cross ice. He found Cowell. Cowell dipsy doodles around his man, back for Pereira. Pereira twisting and turning on the far side. Now he gets the puck loose. Got it for Cowell again. Those guys can stick handle in a phone booth as Cowell's knocked to the ice. Still battling for it over there. Cowell and Pereira. It comes back to the blue line, knocked towards the net. And now we're going to see a penalty called here, as the Voodoos had the shot on net. I missed who it was going to be called on. It looks like Pereira's going to the box.
And just as soon as you get back in this game, you're put on the back foot, and you're going to have to kill another penalty. Again, momentum swings. Voodoos get one, Hearst gets one, and in one of the most vital times, 7:47, you're going to have to spend time not scoring, keeping your legs tired, and keeping this an even game.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, the Voodoos are pretty good shorthanded at creating chances, but Hearst has a deadly power play. We saw it in action earlier this period. As off the draw, they have it. Cullen without a stick as well. So Hearst at an extra advantage now as Como has it. Cullen's stick sitting right there in the offensive zone. Dawson gave it to his stick to Cullen. Now Dawson trying to take Ouellette out of the play. It's to Thompson. Thompson for Como. Como, as Cullen's stick might have helped him there. Now the puck comes out of the zone, and now the stick is picked up by Dawson, as both him and Cullen have swapped sticks now. Ouellette to Como. Como got the puck in. It's picked up by Powassan and back down the... No, the puck didn't go all the way down the ice as it hit a body. Ouellette has it. Ouellette regains the zone. Dawson gets to it and sends it down the ice. Minute and 8 seconds left on the clock of the man advantage. Paquette with the puck behind his net. Leaves it for Miller, as he's going to go for a skate. Miller with a nice move, gaining the Voodoo zone. Miller has the puck in Voodoo's territory, plays it along the half wall, back in front for Bordon Lemoyne. Chance in front of the net, somehow Vrugden Hill kept it out. Wow! Big save made by Cole Vrugden Hill again. Stop me if you've heard that one before. 30 seconds on the clock on the man advantage, and Jasoni's going to send it down the ice. Wow.
Save after save. Vrugden Hill has been locked in, especially in the last half of this game.
Cowell picks off the puck, sends it down the ice, cross ice. That should kill the remaining time here on this man advantage with 10 seconds left for Hearst. It's left behind the Lumberjacks net now. Coming out of their own zone. Going for a skate. Gaining some momentum, it's Trudell. Trudell to the far side. Thompson. Now it's Trudell. And Como gets it out in the corner to Taylor. Taylor throws it on Vrugden Hill. It's blocked down, and the Voodoos are going to kick it down the ice, or rather bat it down the ice after Vrugden Hill made another big save. Hearst once again in their own zone. Thompson picks it up. Thompson through the neutral zone. Gains the blue line. Walks around to the far side. Now he's going to be knocked off the puck, and that's going to get back to the blue line. Garvin can't keep it, though, and a chance for Cowell. Cowell with some speed. Caden Cowell walks in, throws it cross ice, and hit a body. He had Brownlee on the other side. And the puck just went wide. Brownlee battling for it on the far side. Comes away with it, though, is Cowell again. Caden Cowell looking great here on this shift so far. Walks up, makes a move, throws it towards the net. It rolls in on Boivin, and the puck back into the corner. Now Roussel has to chase after it into the neutral zone. Caden Cowell looking really dangerous on that. Now it's given away to Como. 2-on-1 chance potentially. Como threw it on net. It just missed, though. Now it's Cowell tried to kick it over for Pereira, because Pereira would have been in better position to go with the puck. Hearst, however, has the puck. Now it's picked up by Cowell, who's been all over the place on this shift. He's just going to dump the puck in and go for a change. 4:20 left in this third period. We're all knotted up at 3 apiece. Bordon Lemoyne with the puck out of his own zone. Gets it up for Seymour. Seymour couldn't get past Jasoni. Jasoni now walking in. Jasoni, sharp angle chance. Boivin makes the save. It was in and out of his glove quickly, though, but he's able to cover it up. 4:06 left.
Jasoni with a nice move in order to feign the hit, take the puck, and get the Voodoos more offensive time. 4:06 remaining in the period. Shots 36-37. Both goaltenders have had to stand on their heads tonight, folks.
Off the draw, it's one back by the Voodoos to Begley. Begley with a shot, and that one hit a skate. Now Barclay on the rebound. That one hit the side of the net. Hearst gets the puck out of their zone. Jasoni was able to keep it in, actually. Now Trudell has it behind his net. Trudell with the puck. Leaves it for his man. Down the ice, that's McKay with it. McKay walks in. Got it for Bagley now. As the Voodoos try to get it out of their zone. It's picked up by Jasoni. Jasoni joining the rush. Over for Saginaw. Saginaw in the slot. Rolled the puck over for Barclay. Now it's back to the point for Cullen. Cullen with a shot. And Boivin making the stop on that one. Now Cullen again taking another shot. That one was nearly knocked on net by Boys, but Boivin made the save with 3:18 left in this period.
Jasoni's had a few very nice moves at neutral ice in order to keep the play moving forward. Joining the rush or whether it's setting up, he's been playing very intelligently here, especially in the last half of this period.
Russo in for the draw. Russo now being shown the gate, so it'll be Lefebvre coming in for the draw. And the Voodoos nearly got a chance on net, but it's picked up by Hearst. And down the ice it goes. Into Voodoos territory now is Kenville. Kenville battling with the box. Kenville has to go around behind the net. Kenville having the puck once again. Throws it around behind the net. Dawson will pick it up in the corner. Playing it for Cullen. Cullen dumps it back around on the far side. Lefebvre gets a piece of it. And the box is able to get it down the ice. Now we see Dawson blowing a tire in his own zone. And he's going to get up, though, and get the puck. Dawson goes cross ice to DeBox. DeBox up for Russo. Russo dumping the puck in off the Lumberjacks bench. And now it's sent back around by Hearst in their own zone. Played up to the near wall. Allard, his giveaway to Russo. Another chance here for Lefebvre. Takes the shot. And that one whistled wide. Jesse Lefebvre with a great chance. Now a chip shot from the point. Nearly bounced on net as well from Kratz. Roussel throws it cross ice. Kratz chasing after it. Kratz picks it up. Gets it for Cowell out front. What a pass by Cowell, but no one was there. And so Allard is going to send the puck into Voodoos territory with 2:10 left in this third period. All tied up at 3. Roussel with the puck. Going for a skate. Roussel walking in. Roussel gets a shot off, but it hit a body and never made it. Now Roussel throws it out front. It's picked up by Brownlee. Brownlee towards the net. Boivin makes the save. Rebound still there. Voodoos trying to get a chance on net there, but they couldn't quite get the puck away. Now Kratz with it. Takes a shot. That one's off the glove of Boivin and into the corner. Brownlee keeps it in. It's picked up on the far end now by Cowell on the half wall. Cowell throws it cross ice and is picked up by Ouellette. The Lumberjacks finally get the puck out of their zone. Thompson now hit hard at the neutral zone by Kratz. And they're going to carry it in. It's going to be Como. Como for Thompson. Thompson, sharp angle. Brugden-Hill made the save, rebound chance, and Brugden-Hill had to be strong on that one, as that was a couple of good chances by Hearst off the rebound. Another chance from the point, stopped by the goaltender. Back to the near side, Miller. Miller takes a shot. That one hit a body and went wide. Now Pereira has it. Pereira battling in the corner. Got it to Kratz, who gets it to Jasoni. Kratz has been out there for a while. We're into the final minute here of this third period. Caden Cowell gets the puck down the ice. He's been out on the ice for a long time as well. Now going through the neutral zone, Como. 50 seconds. Como dumps it in. Barclay with the puck. Got it for Cowell. Cowell now going the other way. Cowell has Saginaw. Cowell walks in. Walks to the high slot. Takes a shot. Boivin made the save. Puck sitting there. And it's knocked away by Hearst as the puck had a chance there. Hearst tried to get a good chance. McKay looking to get sprung on the rush, but the puck just missed him. Now it's Bagley. Bagley takes his man down. Now he's going to have the puck in his skates. 20 seconds remaining on the clock. Puck into the corner again. Bagley picks it back up. Bagley leading the rush. Gains the red line, dumps it in. The Voodoos will go for a change. It's going to roll in for Boivin, who looked up, saw there was no one near him, and played the puck to his defenseman. 7 seconds left. It looks like This game is going to overtime, tied at 3, and the shots tied as well. Both these teams as even as they can possibly be in the stats here kept at the Sportsplex.
Well, that's a little bit more pep in your step if you're the Voodoos, able to tie things up, keep pouring on the momentum, and in the last 2-3 minutes, they just kept pouring on the pressure. A couple of grade A opportunities. And I see a look on your face, Courtney, and I think I know why.
Well, if you're a Blue Jays fan, it looks like it's going to be 3-2 for Seattle as they're up 6-2 now all of a sudden on the Jays in the 8th inning. What happened?
I don't want to know, frankly, but nothing good. But what is about to happen here, folks, is some 3-on-3 overtime. Here's how it works in the NOJHL. You get 7 minutes of 3-on-3, and if there's no victor after that, well, this league has brought back the tie. Both teams will walk away with 1 point if it reaches a tie, but traditional rules apply. If one team wins in overtime, you get 2 points. If you're the loser, you still get the 1 point towards the standings.
So both teams do change sides here. So the Voodoos in their home greens will be going right to left, or rather left to right. I'm always terrible at that. What side of the book do you read from? I don't know. And the Lumberjacks and the Road Whites will be going right to left. 7 minutes, like you mentioned. It's going to be Como and Ouellette out there with Paquette, and it's going to be Dawson, Russo, and Kratz on the other side. As we get underway here, shots 41-40 through regulation for the Voodoos. Now it's Kratz with the puck off the draw. Kratz gains some space as he walks in. Throws the puck back for Russo. Russo threw it into the corner. As a wraparound chance, they score! Zaboomafoo, it's Marcus Kratz, his first of the season. 4-3, Powassan Voodoos win.
12 seconds into overtime, the Voodoos get the jump at neutral ice, are able to quickly get around, and it felt like you couldn't beat Boivin up close until you go for the wraparound. A last-minute comeback in the third period, and then you're able to take it this decisively in overtime. The Voodoos inch closer to the top spot. Still a few games back from the Lumberjacks, but they get the first win of the season against them at home.
Last year it was all Lumberjacks throughout this matchup. This year the Voodoos are going to get a victory, and the Lumberjacks are still going to gain a point from the overtime defeat here. But if you're a Voodoos fan, that's going to more than make up for how well and terrible the Blue Jays are playing right now in that game. What an ending. Marcus Kratz, Zaboomafoo on the wraparound. What a goal scored by the defenseman, and he looked great all game long. I was actually looking at his stats earlier in the game, Harrison. I was like, there's no way he hasn't scored a goal yet.
And what a way to get your first against such a heated rival and to put this game away.
Well, we'll get our 3 stars here. One has to think, I would imagine both goaltenders should get recognition. You might give the slight edge to Rugen Hill as he only allowed 3 goals on 40 shots and got the win. But Boivin also played a heck of a game. And you got to think Kratz is probably going to get one of the stars. Now all the players have gone off the ice, so it doesn't look like we're going to have any players come out. So we're going to have to wait for the announcement here at the Sportsplex. And once they come out with the announcement, if they do come out with the announcement, then we'll wrap things up. I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but they're certainly taking their time, as it looks like we're going to get the announcement here. All right, so that's the goal announcement. Who's our 3 stars?
I know there's 3 of them. I do not know who they are.
Interesting. Okay, we're going to get music instead, so...
Let's do the 3 stars, Courtney. Who's your...
He's holding a microphone. I'm so confused at what happens here on a game-to-game basis. Here we go. just don't do 3 stars. There we go.
The third star from Hearst, number 13, Harry Lumberjacks. The second star for the Powassan Voodoos, number 22, Jimmy Cowell. And the first star for Powassan, number 26, Marcus Gratz.
Alrighty, so not really anyone that we thought. It's Henry Ouellette getting the 3rd star for Hearst, Caden Cowell for Powassan getting the 2nd star, and Marcus Kratz getting the 1st star, which we figured he would at least get one, being the overtime winner. I'm going to overrule them and say Cole Vroopton-Hill should be 1st star, but hey, okay.
I mean, just for that sequence of saves in the final 5-6 minutes of the second period alone kept his team in this. When the Voodoos were starting to lose momentum, Cole stood on his head, stopped multiple 2-on-0 rushes, and was able to keep this as close a game as possible. 42-40 the shots, and just an incredible display of goaltending. The special teams really went to work here tonight, but overall, a tight win for the Voodoos.
I don't know why online it shows Jackson Cullen as the winner. It is Marcus Kratz if you're following along with the online scoring, but hey.
Cullen played a good game.
He did. Absolutely. Anyways, that'll do it here for the Sportsplex. The Voodoos are back in action tomorrow when the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners come back to town. The Voodoos lost the last game in overtime to the Gold Miners just before the Sportsplex, or just before the showcase in Sudbury. It'll be the Ben Squared show as Ben Sargent will have the call along with Ben Long. Should be a good one. Then the Voodoos will be back in action next week as well as they welcome the Greater Sudbury Cubs to town for the first time this year. Harrison, your final parting thoughts before we officially end this one.
Tight back and forth first period led us into a second period where, frankly, the Hearst Lumberjacks dominated and did everything right. If not for the heroics of Vroopton-Hill, I believe this game would have been far out of control entering the third. It took to the last bit of the third period, but the Voodoos ended up just carrying the momentum of that game-tying goal, kept up the pressure, and then a quick play behind the net for the wraparound goal in overtime sort of sealed the deal. It was as close as you could expect from number 1 to number 2, and I look forward to every meeting this coming season.
You and me both. That'll once again do it. How many times do I have to say again, apparently? We'll do it here at the Powassan Sportsplex for this one between the Hearst Lumberjacks and the Powassan Voodoos. I'm Courtney Kenny. He's Harrison Clemenson. Of course, as always, happy birthday to our camera operator, Mike Brown.
Happy birthday.
And we'll see you next time. Actually, no, we won't. It'll be Ben Sargent tomorrow.